introduce Megan Pittman. Megan is with the Bedford Regional Water Authority. She is the Director of Administration. She's going to talk a little bit about kind of what happened at the plant this morning that kind of led to this response. Megan.
Hello, yes, I'm Megan Pittman with the Bedford Regional Water Authority, and I just want to give you an update of what has happened so far and what the next steps that we are taking. So at around 7:40 a.m. this morning at our Bedford Central Wastewater Treatment Plant in the town of Bedford on Orange Avenue, we had a regularly scheduled chemical supply that was delivered, and it inadvertently mixed with another chemical that caused a hazardous situation and caused chlorine gas. As soon as this happened, our staff called 911 and fire and rescue to address the situation, and they arrived promptly on site along with Regional Hazmat, Bedford Fire Department, and VDEM. So it's been a great community effort in coming together and really supporting this incident. And we do also want to make sure that all of our customers know that water service has not been disrupted. Our water is safe to drink. Our wastewater services are also functioning as normal, so citizens can continue to use that in their daily lives and in businesses as well. We still do have crews on site that are assessing the situation and are at the plant trying to do their best and looking at what needs to be done in the situation. And we're going to have someone talking about that further, but that is being addressed right now. And if any citizens do have questions or concerns, we've set up a hotline that anyone can call. That number is 540-587-6060, and that is for any concerns that you have that you can call. We just appreciate everyone's patience as we work through this and the community support that has been here today. Thank you.
All right, now we have Janet Blankenship. She's the Director of Fire and Rescue for Bedford County. She's going to talk about their response, their fire and rescue response when they arrived after the incident.
So yes, just as the Bedford Regional Water Authority announced just a few moments ago that early this morning we had the incident here for a hazmat response. And immediately we had response from our hazmat director here, that leads the hazmat portion of Bedford County, responses from the Bedford Fire Department, which are currently still on scene and handling command of the situation, and multiple other fire departments in our locality. We've also had a response from hazmat teams from Lynchburg, and we also have representation on scene currently from the Virginia Department of Emergency Management, Virginia Department of Health. They are currently assisting with monitoring the scene also. There is ongoing air monitoring to depict any measures of anything that would be hazardous to our citizens. Again, the situation is ongoing. There have been several people that are stable that have been transported to local facility. We've had no major responses for any critical situations that we are aware of that has been connected to this incident. So we just want to assure you in the public we're getting information out to you. Again, the hotline number that was just shared with you, please call that. If you experience any shortness, difficulty, or difficulty breathing, we ask that you call your 911. Don't hesitate to get medical attention to you as necessary. I just want to reassure you that, again, we're going to be here for a while, continue the monitoring going on, and make sure that we get any further information out to you. Thank you.
We have questions?
Are you able to tell us which two chemicals mixed together?
Talking about that, or?
It is two chemicals that are typically used in the wastewater treatment process. That it's something that when used individually they're very safe, but when together it just causes chlorine gas incident. So it's two normal chemicals in the process.
How many gallons would you say were mixed?
That's information I would need to find out.
Any first responders injured in all this?
Were there any first responders?
I didn't hear your question.
Are there any first responders that had to be treated for this?
We have had one first responder that we treated. That was just an isolated incident exposure, and that's been taken care of, and that person is doing fine.
And if you can just explain for people why such the large response was needed, not just local, but you had the other people come in as well.
Well, when you have a situation of this incident, you don't know immediately right then what your exposures are. So we want to make sure that we get all the ample resources to the area as needed, as necessary, so that we have them currently available.
And could you, again, kind of calm the masses, if you will, people in the area who are kind of frightened, concerned, and provide maybe a little peace?
Right, most certainly. We are here. I just want to also mention that we have administrative staff from the town, also our deputy county administrator here. We're working together. Any information that we come upon that would be needed that the citizens may be concerned about, we're going to definitely continue to get information out to you, and that we're working diligently to mitigate the incident. But most certainly, public health is here to monitor the situation, and any information that our citizens need, we're going to be here to provide it.
Can you were there any evacuation? How bad it was, or whether it was the smells when you arrived on scene? Just paint a picture for us.
Well, I wasn't a little delayed getting here, so I don't have all the information directly from the beginning of the scene. There was noted to have been a plume over the area, and then anyone within that plume definitely would be, medically treated, triaged, and so forth to make sure. So sometimes it, of course, when the plume gets in the air, it can disseminate. So they're doing monitoring of that to see how far the plume would go. No evacuations have been ordered to the citizens at this time on that.
So all the evacuations are done at this time. Is that correct?
Right. We didn't order any evacuations. There just were some people around the scene and so forth that got exposure, and they were treated. Yes.
Do you know, is it 3 people total then? Because I know 2 from earlier and then 1 first responder.
We've had several. We've had some people call within the community to 911, felt that they may have been exposed. They have been triaged and or went to the hospital. So we have had several from here that's been transported to the hospital.
Is there a particular department that I guess is leading the charge on this, or is everybody just kind of doing their own role at this point?
Again, in a situation of this, we have a united front. It's called a unified command, and we have entities such as the fire department, fire officials. We have hazmat teams, hazmat leaders, VDM. We all come together to make sure that we all bring our information together, share the information, and that we're doing what's better. So we work together in a situation of this nature.
And I know there were several road closures. Obviously, this area is still closed off. Have some of them been descaled back, or is there, what are the current road closures?
I know there were some road closures that were put on to make sure, because you do want to isolate an area, and at this time I am not aware that those have been lifted.
I know you said that you did not order any evacuations, but can you tell us how many businesses or homes, residents were evacuated?
I don't have all of that information at this time.
Following up with the question about the specific chemicals, can you confirm that it was sodium hydrochlorate mixed with sodium bisulfate?
I will defer that to our...
I do want to be accurate in my statement on that, so please give me a moment. If you want to ask the next question, I'll get back to that.
While she's researching, could you talk about the air quality and the procedure to test air quality for people who are concerned?
Our hazmat team has air monitoring devices, and they currently have that ongoing. The people that are proficient in that are conducting that currently. Yes.
I can confirm that it was the 2 chemicals that were mixed was sodium bisulfite and sodium hydrochlorite.
Obviously, there's still a lot of activity going on, but is the treatment plant going on as scheduled? Like, are workers still working, or what do operations look like right now?
Our operations are continuing at the plant, so we're not having any disruption to service, which is great for our community, that there is going to be no impact to them of using their water in their home or business. We are making sure that our staff is staying safe, so we've made sure that all staff have been checked out medically to ensure that there's no issues with the staff and that they are safe, but our plant is able to operate right now.
Just for people who don't know, what can chlorine do to a person's body, and what are some of the signs of exposure?
Well, first of all, you could have watering eyes, you could have difficulty breathing, anything of that nature. and more of the air, what you breathe in is what their initial kind of signs and symptoms may appear. So the only time, skin wouldn't really be involved unless you had direct contact, but it's more of what you breathe in. Yeah, and what is exposed to your eyes. Yeah.
And I don't know if somebody already asked, but just how many people do you think were evacuated from the scene?
Approximately, I would say, probably about 15 were evacuated from the scene. We'll have more accurate details as we go throughout the day.
And all updates will also be on our social media pages and websites as well, so we'll be updating those with any important information that the community needs to know at that time.
And were the two chemicals contained into an area? Did it spread? Or how far did it spread?
That's correct. It was just a tanker truck that was delivering a chemical that was then going to put into a container, and that's where the mixture happened.
So you're pleased with the all hands on deck and the collaboration to seize this area and take care of the situation?
Very pleased with everyone coming together here at the scene to make sure we're doing all the right things to mitigate the situation and to protect our citizens. Yes.
All right. You guys good?